Snow blankets the earth like a secret waiting to be uncovered. High in the French Alps, hidden from the world, stands a luxury chalet, sleek, modern, and disturbingly isolated. Its name is Chalet Personnage, the perfect destination for a company retreat. Remote, tranquil, beautiful, and soon, deadly. This week, the tech startup Snoop has brought its top people here. A retreat to decide the company's future. A company on the verge of a multi-million-pound acquisition. But there's one catch. The sale requires a unanimous vote from the shareholders. And one person isn't convinced. Let's meet the team. Toffer St. Clair Bridges, Snoop's co-founder. Flamboyant, magnetic, effortlessly charming. He built the brand, and now he wants his payday. Eva van den Berg, sharp, ambitious, and terrifyingly efficient. She owns the majority shares, and she's here to close the deal. Rick, the CFO, soft-spoken, precise, always watching. Miranda and Carl, the legal minds. Clean-cut, professional, and ready to tie the final knot on Snoop's destiny. Tiger Blue Espenson, a trust fund baby with zero experience, but a front row seat thanks to her relationship with Toffer. And Liz Owens, a former personal assistant. Quiet, awkward, almost invisible, until you remember. She owns 2% of the company. That makes her the swing vote. The person who can tip the scales, one way or the other. The chalet staff is small, discreet. Erin, cool-headed, observant. She manages the chalet with a quiet confidence. And Danny, the chef, charismatic, effortlessly charming. They've seen wealthy guests come and go. But this group, there's something different. Something off. The first dinner is served. Wine flows, laughter echoes. But beneath the polished surface, pressure is mounting. The vote hasn't been cast. Toffer is confident. Eva is firm. But Liz watches from the shadows, uncertain. Everyone has a stake. Everyone has a motive. Everyone is playing a game. Outside, the storm begins to build. Snow falls harder. The temperature drops. The chalet's isolation, once a selling point, begins to feel like a trap. No one knows it yet. But not everyone will make it out of this chalet alive. Tensions will rise. Secrets will surface. And one by one, they will fall. Morning comes quietly to Chalet Personnage. A pale blue sky, heavy with snow clouds. The fire crackles, the coffee brews, and the guests prepare for a day of skiing and strategy. But behind the warm, polished wood panels of the chalet, whispers of conflict echo louder than the wind. Toffer is already in full charm mode, flashing that signature grin, gathering allies for the vote. He moves between conversations like a politician, casual, calculated, controlled. Eva sits by the window, laptop open, not even pretending to relax. This retreat is business, and for her, time is running out. And Liz, she watches. Uncomfortable in her designer ski jacket. An outsider in a world she once belonged to, barely. Once a personal assistant. Now a silent shareholder. Everyone wants something from her. But no one bothers to ask what she wants. The atmosphere is thinly veiled diplomacy. Old friendships laced with tension. New alliances forming quietly. Tiger Blue scrolls through Instagram, oblivious. Rick double-checks spreadsheets, nervously eyeing the forecast. Even Miranda, usually calm, begins to lose patience. In the kitchen, Erin keeps her head down. But she feels it. The unease in the air. The way eyes follow Liz. The way conversations stop when she walks into the room. This isn't a retreat. It's a powder keg. Later, Carl corners Liz with a careful smile. "It's your decision, of course," he says. "But just imagine what that buyout money could do for your future." The message is clear. Vote yes. End the deal. Cash out. But for Liz, it's not that simple. The forecast shifts. A winter storm warning is issued for the region. Heavy snowfall, high winds, possible road closures. Erin takes note, so does Danny. But the guests? They barely glance at the alert. Oblivious to what lies ahead, the team heads out for a ski run before the storm sets in. Laughing, sliding down hills, pretending for just a moment that everything is fine. But as the snow thickens and the wind picks up, Liz looks back at the chalet. And in that moment, there's a flicker of something in her eyes. Fear? Regret? Or something darker. They think they're just going skiing. They think they're just here to decide the future of a company. But they don't know yet that one of them won't be coming back. The snow is falling harder now. What was once soft and pretty has become dense, relentless. Each flake a silent warning. Each gust of wind a whisper of what's to come. The team from Snoop is scattered across the slope. Toffer racing ahead with Tiger Blue. Eva moving with sharp precision. Liz far behind, trying to stay upright. To an outsider, it looks like just another luxury holiday. But underneath, it's a battlefield. And Liz? She's already lost in more ways than one. She's alone. The visibility is fading. The wind howls across the empty white slope. And the chalet feels miles away. She doesn't realize it yet. But someone is already watching her. Back at the chalet, Erin feels it in her gut. Something is wrong. She's seen bad weather before. But this storm? It's moving in too fast. And the guests are still out there. Danny preps hot drinks. Eva heads to the fireplace. Everyone settles back in, damp, rosy-cheeked, unaware. Until someone asks the question, "Where's Liz?" Silence! They look around, then out the window. It's not there. Panic stirs, quiet at first, then louder. Erin grabs a coat. Danny pulls out emergency gear. They all fan out into the storm, shouting her name. Liz, Liz. But the snow swallows every sound. Communication is gone. Roads, already covered. Helicopter support, impossible. They are cut off, and somewhere out there, Liz is missing. Hours pass. No sign. No clue. By evening, the storm has transformed into a white wall around them. No one can leave. No one can come in. The power flickers. The heating system groans. Even the chalet itself seems unsure it can survive the storm. Theories form. Maybe Liz went off track. Maybe she fell. Maybe she's holed up in a cabin somewhere, but no one says what they're really thinking. That maybe Liz isn't just lost. Finger pointing begins quietly. Why wasn't someone watching her? Was it an accident? Or something else? The unease becomes suffocating. There is no explanation, no proof, and no escape. But then, the storm delivers something else. As dawn breaks, Erin steps outside, just for a moment of clarity. And then she sees it, an avalanche. Massive, fresh. Right on the route they skied yesterday. Maybe Liz was caught in it, buried. Gone forever. Or maybe, just maybe, that avalanche is hiding something else entirely. The chalet is still standing, deep inside, something is cracking. Calm is over. Now, isolation has set in, and someone in this room is lying. The storm has passed, the silence it leaves behind is louder than ever. The avalanche has sealed them, and no phones, no power, no way out. They tell themselves Liz was the price paid by nature, a tragic accident. But nature has only just begun. Erin and Danny rise early. There's no new snowfall, but the roads are buried. They calculate how long supplies might last. 4 days? Maybe 5 if they ration. Toffer doesn't seem concerned, cracks jokes, pours coffee, and reassures everyone it'll blow over soon. His sister, she's nervous. Eva turns the lounge into a war room. Time to finalize the vote. Buyout must happen, even now. We'll vote by paper, she says. A secret ballot, no games. But in this room, everything is a game. 5 in favor of the buyout, 4 against. And 1 abstention. Liz. Liz's vote could have changed everything. But now she's gone, and without a full shareholder count, the vote is invalid. The decision is frozen, just like everything else around them. Later that night, Miranda disappears. She was last seen heading toward the hot tub, wrapped in a robe and boots, muttering about needing fresh air. Hours pass. No one notices. Until morning. Her bed is still made, her robe is gone, her boots are missing. And then, a scream. Outside, lying in the snow just beyond the hot tub, is Miranda's body. Face down, lips blue, neck twisted. Not a trace of warmth left. At first, they assume it's an accident. Maybe she slipped. Maybe the cold got to her. But Erin notices something. 2 sets of footprints. Only 1 set returns. Someone was with her. Paranoia seeps into every conversation. Theories emerge. Eve blames Toffer blames him. Tiger Blue cries in the corner, and Ricky vanishes into his laptop, silent. Carl tries to keep things calm, but his voice shakes. Someone here is lying, and someone here is next. That night, Erin locks her door, so does Danny, and so, one by one, do the others. But locked doors won't stop what's coming. By morning, the power's gone completely. Generator dead. They are now completely alone in the dark and cold. And then, Rick is missing. He's not in the chalet, not anywhere. No note. No goodbye. No sound of leaving. Did he run? Was he taken? Did he jump? 3 people gone. 3 too many. Erin decides no more secrets. They'll eat together. Sleep close. No one moves alone. But it's already too late for that. There's a murderer inside Chalet Purse -knee, and they're not finished. The atmosphere inside Chalet Purse niche has transformed completely. Where once there was laughter and ski gear, now there is silence, tight whispers, and the subtle rustle of suspicion. Erin, the once humble chalet host, finds herself in a role she never expected, part caretaker, part survivor. And now, reluctantly, a detective. 3 guests have vanished under deeply troubling circumstances. Liz, presumed buried in the avalanche. Miranda, found dead in the snow with a twisted neck and cold skin. Rick, the quiet coder, gone without a trace. At first, these were brushed off as tragic coincidences, the result of a natural disaster or isolated misfortune. But Erin sees the truth forming like frost on a window pane, slow, silent, but undeniable. There's a pattern here, and someone's behind it. With no outside help, no way to call for rescue, and the power now fully out, Erin begins her own investigation in secret. She watches, listens, observes. Every word spoken by the remaining guests is a clue. Every silence, perhaps even more telling. Toffer, ever the entertainer, tries to keep morale up. But Erin notes something. His laugh is too forced, his smile too tight. He's performing for the room, yes, but he's also hiding something behind those carefully timed jokes. And then there's Eva. Calm, controlled, ruthlessly efficient. She's taking charge of the group, leading meals, rationing food, directing people like a CEO in a boardroom. But her composure is off, too still, too rehearsed. Erin begins to wonder, what does Eva stand to lose if this all comes crashing down? Carl, the quiet one, has become increasingly withdrawn. He hovers in the background, listening, never speaking unless prompted. And Tiger Blue, she's falling apart, crying one moment, silent the next. Her fragility is either deeply real or deeply rehearsed. And what about Danny? He's the only one Erin feels she can trust. Or at least, hopes she can. But in this place, even trust has become a dangerous luxury. Determined to dig deeper, Erin returns to Rick's room. Something didn't sit right about his disappearance. His laptop is gone, but as she searches the mattress, her fingers brush something cold, metal. She finds a small USB drive, hastily stuffed under the bed. Plugging it into Danny's laptop, she discovers a series of encrypted folders, spreadsheet files filled with off-record investments, shareholder details, secret financial documents. Rick was watching something, or someone, and he was hiding it. She takes the information to Eva, hoping to shake something loose. Eva barely glances at the files, brushing them off with a wave of her hand. Corporate nonsense, she says with a smile. But Erin notices it. Just for a second, her fingers tremble against the teacup. Her expression remains neutral, but her body betrays her. Flashbacks crowd Erin's thoughts. Liz arriving to the chalet, nervous and wide-eyed. Toffer pouring her champagne, his charm laid on thick. Eva pulling Rick aside in the kitchen, whispering something too quiet to catch. The entire trip had been layered in secrets from the beginning. Then Erin stumbles on something chilling. While looking through the storage area, she finds Liz's coat. Torn. Inside the pocket, a crumpled note with smudged ink. The words are barely legible, but they're unmistakable. I know what you did. It's a confession or maybe a threat. Was it written by Liz? Or was it meant for her? Erin's mind races with possibilities. Back in the lounge, tensions are unraveling fast. Toffer begins accusing Carl of sneaking out at night. Carl fires back, claiming he saw Tiger Blue wandering near Miranda's room the night she died. Erin listens quietly, absorbing every word. Theories clash, voices rise, paranoia explodes. Every guest is both suspect and victim, each one desperate to defend themselves, even if it means turning on the others. But nothing is clear. Each suspicion leads to a dead end. Each truth is tangled in a lie. Every sign points in a different direction. That night, unable to sleep, Erin walks down to the generator room, hoping for a clue. She finds one. The tools are scattered, someone's been here. The fuse box is open. One of the main wrenches is missing. This wasn't weather-related. The power outage wasn't an accident, it was sabotage. Someone wanted the lights off. Someone wanted them blind. Erin returns to the lounge and finds Eva sitting alone by the fire. There's something unsettling in her expression, something reflective and cold. Without turning her head, Eva murmurs, "Someone in this chalet is enjoying this." The comment lingers like smoke in the air. Is it a clue? A warning? Or a confession? Erin says nothing, but the words ring in her ears. Later, Erin confides in Danny. They speak in hushed tones in the kitchen, their voices barely above whispers. She tells him everything about the files, the footprints, the missing wrench, the note in Liz's pocket. He listens, pale-faced, and promises to keep her safe. But Erin knows better now. No one can promise safety here. That night, the silence is oppressive. Erin hears a sound outside her door, a creak. Soft footsteps, a whisper she can't make out. She rises, heart pounding, flashlight in hand. As she steps into the hallway, the air feels colder than it should. One of the doors is ajar, just slightly. Then, a flicker, a shadow in the hallway mirror. Gone. She calls it. No answer. Only silence, just beneath it. Breathing, a knock startles her. It's Eva, standing at the door, wide-eyed and pale. Carl's gone, she says to another one. Vanished. The group is shrinking, one by one, and Erin now knows, without a doubt. There is a killer inside Chalet Personage. Still among them, still choosing, still watching. The chalet is no longer just cold, it feels haunted. Not by ghosts, but by fear. With each new disappearance, the survivors shrink further into themselves. The walls seem tighter, the air heavier. And somewhere among them, the killer watches, waiting, choosing. Erin has reached a breaking point. She doesn't sleep anymore. She paces, listens. Her thoughts move faster than her pulse. Carl is now gone, just like Liz, just like Rick, just like Miranda. That's 4 people lost under impossible circumstances. Erin has no more room for denial. This is not a series of coincidences. This is murder. She begins to catalog everything. The torn coat, the threatening note, the missing wrench, the sabotage generator. Rick's hidden USB and encrypted files. Liz's final words, never spoken, but implied in that crumpled paper. All of it points to one horrific truth. Someone planned this. Someone wanted them killed. Someone wanted them dead. She shares what she's discovered with Danny, and for a moment, she allows herself to trust again. He holds her hand, promising that they'll get through this, that he believes her. But even now, Erin has learned not to fully believe in promises. As the storm outside briefly clears, Erin seizes her chance to investigate further. She returns to the tech room, where Rick had spent most of his time. What she finds makes her blood run cold. An open document Rick must have compiled. A list of shareholders, their voting power, their influence. Liz's name is there, highlighted. She wasn't just a minor investor. She was the swing vote in a hostile takeover attempt against Toffer and Eva. If she had voted in the meeting, she could have changed everything. Erin realizes this isn't just personal, it's corporate, ruthless, strategic. Liz wasn't a victim of circumstance. She was silenced. Suddenly, a scream rips through the chalet. Tiger Blue. Erin races toward the sound, Danny close behind. They find Tiger Blue trembling near the cellar door, pointing with a shaking hand. "I saw something," she cries. "Someone went down there." Without hesitation, Danny descends first, flashlight in hand. The cellar smells of damp stone and dust. Erin follows cautiously. In the far corner, tucked behind old wine crates, they find it. Carl's body. Limp, cold, blood staining his collar. Didn't vanish, it was left to be found. That changes everything. This is no longer a pattern of disappearances. This is a message. Erin turns to Danny, breath caught in her throat. "Someone wants us to find the bodies," she says quietly. "To know it's not an accident. To know it's them." The group spirals. Tiger Blue hyperventilates. Toffer lashes out, yelling, accusing Eva of orchestrating the entire trip as a trap. Eva screams back, demanding he take responsibility for the decisions that led them here. Accusations fly like knives. Then, suddenly, silence. Because Aaron speaks, lays it all out. Calmly, powerfully, tells them about the files, the sabotage, the hidden votes, the motive. Someone here killed Liz before the vote. Someone here killed Miranda to keep her quiet. Someone here silenced Rick before he could reveal what he knew. And now Carl is dead. Toffer stares at her, blinking. "You think it's me," he says, voice trembling. "Of course you do. Everyone always does." "No," Aaron replies softly. "I think it's not who we expect at all." The moment hangs tense, still, and then Eva stands. Her voice is low, measured. "You're smart, Aaron. Smarter than I gave you credit for." She walks across the room, slowly, deliberately, and picks up her wine glass. Each doesn't drink, sets it back down, and when she looks at Aaron, the mask finally cracks. "I didn't want it to be this way," she says, "but people wouldn't listen. They never do." Aaron's heart pounds. Her mind races. Could it be Eva? Suddenly, Danny lunges, grabbing Eva's arm, demanding answers. But she doesn't fight back. She simply says, "I'm not your enemy, Danny. But if you keep pushing, you'll force me to be." In that moment, Aaron sees something in Eva's eyes, something fractured. Controlled rage. Desperation. Regret. Eva isn't scared of being discovered. Scared it's happening too soon. Before she's finished. Before she's done. Aaron realizes there's still time for one more kill. The storm outside has returned, but it's nothing compared to the storm inside Chalet Personnage. The group has fractured. Trust has evaporated, and now, the killer stands among them. Eva's unsettling calmness after the latest death has rattled everyone. Toffer paces like a caged animal, demanding answers. Danny holds tightly to Tiger Blue, shielding her with his body. Aaron, standing near the fireplace, doesn't blink. Her mind is burning with one singular truth: they are out of time. They must survive the night, or die one by one. Aaron retreats to the pantry, under the pretense of gathering supplies, but her real goal is to think. She pieces it together like a jigsaw. Eva had motive, control of the company. Toffer had rage, his empire was slipping. Danny had access, he was everywhere, helping everyone. But something doesn't fit. The note in Liz's coat, a missing wrench, meticulously planned sabotage. This wasn't the work of someone panicking. This was premeditated. Suddenly, a sound, a low creak, it turns. A figure stands in the doorway, Toffer. His face is pale, his eyes bloodshot, but it's not fear she sees, emptiness. "I tried to keep it together," he says. "I really did." Aaron's pulse skips. "What did you do, Toffer?" He smiles, but it's not a smile at all. It's a fracture, a release. "You don't understand what it's like, watching everything you built crumble, watching them choose Liz over me. Liz, like she mattered." Then, as if in slow motion, he pulls something from behind his back, a fire poker, and in that moment, Aaron runs. She barrels past him, knocking over a crate of wine bottles that shatter across the floor. The noise echoes like gunfire. She doesn't look back. She flies up the stairs, heart hammering, feet slipping on the icy floor. The house is now a labyrinth. Rooms become traps. Hallways twist and turn. Behind her, footsteps. Toffer is no longer the charming CEO. He is unhinged, ruthless, determined to clean up his mess. Aaron dives into the nearest room, Liz's. She slams the door, pushing a chair against it. Her breath comes in short bursts. She looks around, frantically searching for something, anything, to defend herself. A pair of old ski poles in the corner. She grabs one. Door slams open, splintering under Toffer's strength. "Don't make this harder than it needs to be, Aaron," he yells. But she's already lunging. She jabs the pole into his side, not to kill, but to buy time. Each grunts in pain and stumbles back, runs again, this time upward, toward the attic. She knows the layout now. She knows the trapdoor near the storage beams. She climbs through, pulling it shut behind her. In the silence, she hears him below, cursing, growling like an animal denied its prey. In the attic, Erin finds the emergency flare gun Danny showed her the day they arrived. Just one flare, one shot. But it might be enough. Then, a voice. It's not Toffer. It's Danny. He's calling from below, telling her he found Tiger Blue, that she's hurt. But something in his voice is wrong, all calm, all flat. Erin's blood turns cold, because now she knows the real twist. It wasn't Toffer. He was volatile, sure, dangerous even, but he wasn't the one pulling the string. It was Danny. Quiet, helpful, always in the background, the perfect servant, the perfect witness, perfect predator. Everything clicks into place. He had access to the tools. He helped shut off the generator. He knew the terrain. He planted the USB to throw her off. He saw her fear and used it, twisted it, molded it. And now he's coming for it. Erin doesn't hesitate, opens the attic hatch, slides down the beams, and sprints to the main lounge. She loads the flare unit. Danny steps into the light, smiling, his face calm, expressionless. "You're smart, Erin," he says. But smart isn't always enough. He lunges, fire. Flare ignites in a burst of fire and smoke, slicing through the air, blinding him, burning, and Danny screams, falling backward, clutching his face. Erin runs. Out the door. Into the blizzard. Snow whips her face. Ice cuts her skin. But she doesn't stop. Because now, the only thing colder than the storm outside is the truth she's just uncovered. The blizzard howls like a living thing. Erin stumbles through waist-deep snow, her breath ragged, her limbs heavy with exhaustion and frost. Behind her, the burning light of the flare glows faintly against the whiteout, marking the place where the mask finally slipped, where the killer screamed. But she knows it isn't over. Danny is still alive, and he's coming. Crashes through the forest path, the same one Rick had tried to take, the same trail that led nowhere. But she's not running aimlessly. Erin has one goal. Get to the outbuilding, the equipment shed. It might still have power or a backup signal, a final hope. Inside, the shed is cold, cluttered, and quiet. She slams the door shut behind her, shoves a crate in front of it, and drops to the floor, trembling. Blood stains her sleeves. Her fingers are numb. Her heart beats like a war drum in her chest. For a moment, just a moment, she lets herself see all of them. Liz, Miranda, Rick, Carl, Toffer, Tiger-Blue.gaw, Andy then. A sound, boots crunching snow outside. Danny speaks before she sees him, his voice muffled by the wall. Too calm, too patient. "Erin, you don't have to die out here. I wasn't going to kill you, not at first. You were just the help." He laughs. A small, bitter sound. But then you started asking questions. Digging. And the moment you picked up Liz's coat, well, you signed your own fate, didn't you? He starts circling the shed. Erin stays low, crawling toward the far side. There's a window barely big enough. She tries it. Frozen shut, Annie continues. It was never supposed to be personal. But people make things messy. Liz couldn't just vote and leave. Miranda had to play hero. Rick had to dig into the books. They left me no choice. He pauses, then softly adds, "You don't understand what it's like, Erin, to give everything to a company and be tossed out like garbage. I made Snoop what it is. I kept it alive. And they were just going to sell it. Vote me out. Erase me." Athad, trying the door. Erin grips the nearest tool, a rusted ski pole. Her last weapon. The door shakes. Again, and it bursts open. Snow rushes in like smoke. Danny stands there, bloodied, one eye swollen shut from the flare, his coat scorched. But he's still smiling, still in control. "You could have just stayed quiet," he says, and he lunges. They crash into shelves, knocking down cans, gear, and rope. Aaron fights like hell, striking, kicking, biting. Danny is stronger, faster, but she is desperate. Survival burns hotter than fear. Grabs the ski pole and jams it into his side. He howls. She scrambles for the emergency radio unit on the shelf above, smashes the glass, and activates the beacon. A flashing red light pulses in the dark, a silent scream for help. Danny sees it. He charges at her again. They slam into the wall. He pins her. Hands around her throat. Darkness closes in. Air vision blurs. And then her hand finds a flare cartridge on the ground. With the last of her strength, she drives it into his... Screams. Falls. Silence. Erin gasps for air, her lungs aching, her body shaking. She crawls out of the shed and collapses into the snow. Then, faintly, a sound. A helicopter. Storm is lifting. They saw the beacon. Help is coming. Weeks later, the media swarms the chalet ruins. Text turns killer. The headlines scream. But Aaron knows the truth is quieter. Simpler. Wasn't a monster at the start. Was a desperate. Forgotten. Dangerous. Survivors? Just one. Aaron Mackenzie. Just the help anymore. But the voice of the voiceless. The one who made it out. One by one.